Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of this Dumplings for You. I'm still working on that name, by the way. So, if end of last episode we lost, which was okay actually, and now we moved on to Tier 1. We chose our cards. Let's recap those right now. We have Dumplings, we have Affordable, we have Coupons, which is going to be nice. We have Nut Roast, we have Roast Potato, which is you take a potato and you put it on the hob, easy, and you have tomato soup. Tomato soup's the hardest one of the second hardest of the soups. Pumpkin is harder because you have to dispose of the seeds. Tomato soup's harder because you have to put sauce and a tomato in the soup. Meat would be the next one because you have to chop the meat. It takes long. You don't have to chop the meat, but the meat takes long to cook. Easiest one would be carrot, of course, and then anyway, it doesn't matter. Soup's easy. We have a starter, we have a side, we have a main, and we have another main. So basically the same as before. We have minus 30, plus 30, so those negate each other. Minus 15, minus 15, minus 2. Right now we're at minus 45% group size, which is why we're at expected groups of 2 instead of expected groups of 3 or 4. But of course that will go up as we continue on. So I have my restaurant set up here again. We're going to start with two tables. As soon as I get more tables, I'm going to buy them. I love to put the tables in here, but the problem is there's no doors down here. So there's no way other than this door for them to get in here. And if they're going in this door and I'm set up over here, they're going to be walking in and out of here the whole time. And that I really don't want. So we're going to have this bit of like like a figure eight or like not a figure eight, like like a track. Looks like a go-kart track, right? And the only reason I have these counters in the middle is just to put things on. Are we going to need them going forward? I don't really know. But eventually I'd like to replace them with maybe frozen prep stations or freezers, or potentially, some automation up here. This map is very, very, it's a medium, large size map, but it's very good for automation. We have rooms over here. We have rooms over here. And these pass-throughs are super, super great because we could very easily have some sort of dish removal system. Well, I guess up this way, and then going into this room here or through the door or something like that. But let's get going here. First thing we have to do is make the soup, obviously. And then we'll keep on rolling here. Got a little bit of this, got a little bit of this. Again, it's a bit of a pain to run all the way around for these things. Oh, in the phone. We're going to call everybody, by the way. I missed out on the one ring already. Oh, no, we got 2 rings in. So make some sauce up. And then if you do chop the tomato, it will go faster. There's nothing we can get the nut loaf on. I'm going to get that on now. And I like this setup. I mean, it lends itself to automation, for sure. All right, we're only going to need a maximum of 3 soups anyway. 1 soup, 2 soups. Easy. And this can go back over to here somewhere. We can actually probably roast a potato now. Nut loaf can go here. Just to prep one of these. Ooh, that's messy, isn't it? And we'll just kind of put one of these here, and then let's get a couple dumplings ready to go. Because I know someone's going to order a dumpling. And after all this work, if someone doesn't order a dumpling, I'm going to be annoyed. There we go. And then they cook so fast anyway. All right. What do you want, my friend? Ah, see, dumpling. And remember, we didn't take soy sauce. We took a different card. We got double nut loaf. Hey, that works pretty good. And we have a patat, so everything we need. Early on in these tier runs are typically pretty, easy. There's just a lot of prep. And I mean, the cards that we chose, remember, we did have soy sauce, and we had a couple of customer cards, I think. I can't recall what cards we had before, but I'm going to set set these to drop, off. There we go. So I want them to spawn outside, just so with this map, it'll get kind of congested. So here we go. Ooh, all right. So the thing that's great about, you're looking at this, you're thinking, wow, why is everything so cheap? Well, if you remember, just remember here, we're playing on the lake map, which is a Chinese New Year map, and that gives you 25% off, right? And then we have another 25% off that 25%. So it's not 50% off. It's basically, these are discounted 25%, which would take it down to 30, and then it's 25% of 30, which is roughly 7 or 7 to 8. But what that means is that we're at around 33 or 30. Yeah, I guess 33 or 35 or 40, whatever the percentage would be, off, which is not, it's not 50%, but it's still very, very good for us because I'd love to get into automating some of this stuff. We're going to buy the plates. Again, plates are 12 coins. Normally they're 20. 25% off would be 15. 25% of 15 is either 3 to 4. So that's great. And the reason why I'm buying more plates is so eventually when we get up there and having more, I love to get another table, by the way. When we get up there in the tables amounts, we don't have to do dishes because as long as you have as many or less groups than you have tables, you can call everybody, which I got to do right now. There we go. Let's call everybody. Should get 2 rings out of this. I mean, hey, it's coins are coins, I don't really care how many there are. It's coins are coins, as I always say. Oh, we only have 3 groups again. It's good. I'm going to get the nut loaf going. Again, we don't really need to put one of those up, but we're going to need it eventually. And, all right, we can get a dumpling going. And the thing is with the way soups work, is as I always say this, is that every group that comes in will order a starter, but not everybody in the group will order a starter. It's opposite of dessert. Opposite of dessert because, you want a dumpling? Ah, 1 dumpling, no problem. Because if a group ordering dessert is optional, but if they do order dessert, everybody in the group will want a dessert. We have to get a little patat going, no problem. We got the nut loaf going. Pretty easy days. I mean, I called everybody. We're not struggling. We'll likely go up to 3 groups after today. Typically, that's how it kind of ticks over. Day 1 and 2, like your first days after your card days are usually your smaller groups, and then the third day typically it gets bumped up. Why? Oh, ours didn't this time, which is surprising. But again, we do have 45% reduction. Ooh, get some. Now instead of costing 40, it's going to cost 23 coins. Now the only other thing here we have to do is we have to now open something up here. We need a dining table though. We did get a dining table. Actually, I know what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to put the research right here. Like, we're not using both of these hobs at the moment. So I think what we'll do is we'll ditch this one. Well, put this, yeah. Put this one, yeah, we just put it right here for now, I guess. And there we go. Perfect. So the thing is, do we want a copy desk or do we want a blueprint desk? Well, I don't know. Copy desk will be nice if we can get more blueprint cabinets. And the the better way we'll get those and more chances if we have a blueprint desk. So yeah, we want mixers, we want conveyor belts. So, and then I think I'm going to buy, wow, how much money do we have? This table's 12 coins. I'm going to buy a table. Not that I need a table at the moment, but eventually we will. And then I'll just reconfigure this. But again, we get another card after today, so who knows what we'll get. Hob we don't need. Sink. Another sink would be nice just for the fact of doing the soup easier, but I don't think it's needed. Coffee table. I'm torn about taking this already. But the thing is, though, if you get a blueprint desk, you don't want to call. That's the downside of having a blueprint desk early. I think I'm gonna leave the coffee table because this can be split up into 3 tables. All right, let's same as before, kind of status quo over here. Call everybody. I always forget to call. I mean, you only get 2 rings. It doesn't matter how else you do it. You only can get 2 rings when you have 2 groups. You can't kind of cheese it to get an extra ring out of it. Might as well do this now. We can slap that on there. Why not? What do we got? Copy. Okay, so not terrible. Again, it's not a terrible thing. Let's get this off. Should get the nut on, I guess. The nut loaf on. Yeah, I mean, I like this style of restaurant, like as far as how it's set up. So much better than how the other map was done, Because I like going left to right. Like just left, right, left, right, left, right. Like I like going like this, serving over here. But again, the other maps are set up the way they are just because of the way they are. Or something a bit differently. Now, this is a lake map. It's just set up a lot differently than the other ones, which I think this one is. For my style, this is definitely preferred. All right, there's this one. Do we want some nut? All right, we got a patat. No problem. Yeah, so the thing here is, again, we'll see. I mean, we can't afford a copy desk anyway because it likely, well, not likely, it won't be discounted because it's not a blueprint, so to speak, anymore. It's an upgraded blueprint. So those aren't on sale, and we're not going to be able to afford it after today's. We'll see what card we get. I mean, ideally, we get something like a dessert, ice cream. Give me ice cream, or even coffee, chips. Chips are a bit of a pain, but I mean, we'll see. Ooh, okay. So, excuse me. So seaweed would be an extra. So it's not a side. So if you have metal tables, it doesn't matter because it's not a side. It's an extra, kind of like beans. Like you have to serve it to them no matter what type of table you have. Beans is considered a topping, but it is also an extra because it comes with the meal and you don't have a choice whether you serve it or not. If they ask for it, you have to serve it. Seaweed basically you cook seaweed like you cook a potato. You put it on, but then that's not really changing anything. But again, soy sauce is an extra. Well, it doesn't say extra, but it's an extra / topping. But it's more so an extra because you have to give it to them after they order it. So that up to 3. So that can be a bit of a pain in the butt going, long term. Seaweed, I don't know. Like both of these have work to them, but I think I'm gonna go with seaweed. Now you may say, well, that's not a good idea. I think it is. Honestly, I think the seaweed is a good idea because if someone orders seaweed, I put it on the plate. I don't have to worry about putting a bottle of soy sauce down. When I serve the table, I can walk away. I don't have to wait to see if they're gonna take soy sauce. So we have this, and let's see, we're not using both of these, so I'll just put this over here. If you remember, CBD, the term I've coined almost a year ago, copy, blueprint, discount. So after a copy, it'll go to blueprint, and then after blueprint, it'll go to discount, CBD. All right, what do we got? I'm going to keep buying tables. Again, we don't need them, but I'm going to keep purchasing them. See, I thought it was, I want to keep doing it like this. And I can turn this one off, and then just to push the messes back, right? Display stand, look at that. Wow, that's such a good thing to get. It would be 68 coins. Wow, that's amazing. Just to double check, see, this is at 90 because we have it so it's, okay, so I'll explain how it works. So the blueprint card that we got is 25% off. That's everything. But the Chinese New Year cards, which are down here, they're blueprints, but they're considered envelopes, but they're also considered blueprints, which is why these have a double discount to them because it's the global card discount, which affects all blueprints. So even upgraded blueprints, it's 25% off, which is actually down to 90, which I guess in hindsight, if I wouldn't have bought that table, I could have afforded this, but that's okay. But the map theme only affects the spawned envelopes at the end of the day that are red, that count. So it's a bit kind of confusing, but nonetheless, that means all of our blueprints are going to be at least 25% off, and the ones that drop in red envelopes are obviously going to be, it'll be like 35 or 40% off or something like that. So let's, status quo, we have still the seaweed. Again, nothing real different, really. Let's keep going. I'm going to call everybody again. We only have 2 groups. Call them in. There's no point to not call. And we know that they're going to want soup because that is, well, they're going to want soup. You can't, if you have a starter, they will take a starter. If you have multiple starters, well, then it's a bit different because they'll choose which starter they want, but they will still order a starter. Like if you have different types of soup, well, they can order different types of soup, but they're going to always order soup. All right, these guys here, no problem. And one more, no problem. See, but now looking at it, though, I can put this over here because we're done with this. I'll finish this off. That's not going to burn before we're done. A lot of stuff early on like this, it's all to order. So they want some dumplings and they want a seaweed. So seaweed is ridiculously quick. It cooks probably one of the faster things in the game that cooks. It cooks faster than a potato. It just cooks really, really fast, which is good. Oops. Slap that on there. The plate, I should almost move the plates somewhere else. There you go. And again, this is not optional. You have to serve that. Oh, I went double nut too. Look at that. And the seaweed is a dumpling extra. So the more mains you have, like we have nut loaf, they can't order seaweed with nut loaf because it goes with bean, like beans with toast. If you have beans, say you have breakfast and you're doing pies, they can't order pies with beans. So keep that in mind as well. So it is kind of good that if you have two mains, your likely percentage of getting one of each is 50%, and then of the ones that order an extra, it's even less. So I mean, either one is fine, but I prefer the one we got. I'm gonna keep buying tables, but I'm gonna buy this because this is 45 coins. This is gonna go right here. I'll swap this up here, put this here. So we can keep buying tables, or we could try to start getting other. I mean, we don't have any sides. Trying to think if the simple tablecloths would kind of work for this setup. I mean, I don't know. I don't. It's I'm kind of torn. But I think what I want to do is upgrade a counter, because do we want to upgrade a counter, or do we want to work on a safety hob? Because if we get a safety hob, we could automate potatoes or seaweed with one grabber. That's all we need. And then if we go along to getting auto dumplings, we're going to need, well, that would be more so a heated mixer. I think we'll do the hob. Am I going to keep buying tables? I think so. Like, they're 12 coins. How can I not buy a table? Turn this one off. The phone I wouldn't really need where it is, but it doesn't matter really. Okay. 3 groups. So we can't, well, okay, hold on. Actually, let me redo this then, because we have 3 groups now. So I want to push this table here. Put this one here, right? Turn this off, turn this off. Put this here. Put this one here. Put this one here. Turn this off, turn this off. And then we'll push the phone back 1. Put this here. Turn this back on. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Because now they can't get in here, which is fine. And we have 3 tables, which means we can ring everybody in the beginning. So, yeah, it's like, do we upgrade a counter? Again, if we wouldn't have bought that extra table, we wouldn't be able to do, well, we could do this because it would work like that. But you know what I'm talking about. Turn this off. And also, again, if you have as many tables as if you have less than or as many groups as you have tables, you can call everybody at one time. But the problem is we have a blueprint desk, so it kind of stinks because we're going to lose out on, let's see, 3. We're going to lose out on 15 coins today. I still think a hob is a good choice. Yeah. All right, I'm going to grab another counter. I want to kind of I want to have 3 counters here. Okay, now that we've been using them, come on, because we're doing everything to order basically. But still, it's nice to have countertops. So let's get going. So the best thing we can get would be, I don't actually know what we're looking for. Well, we need blueprint desks. Blueprint cabinets, excuse me. Blueprint cabinets are what we need, really. I guess I can get a seaweed going. Because we can get a potato going. We can just do a research. Yeah, blueprint cabinets would be really good going forward. Even another research desk would be good. Alrighty, let's get a dumpling on. That's the thing. When you have more than one main dish, you can't, like, you don't know what you need. Well, we don't have any nut on. Shoot, let's get that going right now too. Whoopsies. Trying to keep an eye on the blueprint desk as much as I can. Coffee table, what do you want? A nut, double nut loaf. Okay, well, good thing we the soup we can actually put here, right? I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Good. Alright, got 1 nut loaf out. Well, we got a safety hob too, by the way, which is good. In the long term, a safety hob. I don't need to clean this. In the long term, a safety hob will be good for us. Come on. Nut loaf with a patat, no problem. Look at that, we got everything we need. Gotta get another nut loaf on, of course. Yeah, I like this map because it lends itself to have automation at the bottom, like down here, and also automation up here, which I think will be helpful for us. Man, I didn't see anything that I wanted so far on the blueprint desk, which stinks. We have one more group coming in sometime. Where are they? There they are. I'm like, what the heck, man? Ooh, can we sneak out a call? Nah. Alright. Now, the only thing that would screw us here is that they both want soup. Of course they both want soup, right, bro? Come on, get some. Of course they both want soup, buddy. I was gonna put in a whole one because who cares? 3, 2, 1. Takes about, you know, a couple seconds. So of course the Ontario lock. Now watch, they're gonna want double dumpling or something stupid, something not stupid, something silly like that. Of course they want double dumplings. And okay, so then this has to go back to here. Then this can go here. Yep. Okay. So basically, waiting to not call anybody was a negative for us today. Oh, they both want the seaweed too. All right, all right, all right. I grab a plate in time. So you want? Oh, right. You can't. You have to plate the seaweed after. This one's gonna have the patat. This is good. This is a lot of work here because we're running around. And again, the seaweed is an extra, so you can't plate it first. Like with beans and toast, you can't plate beans before you put the toast on, which is different than a sauce because the steak sauce, you can put the sauce on before the steak. So, yeah, it can be a bit confusing. Oh, it's Deco Day, the Deco Day. These are all going to be 30. Ooh, these are actually going to be pretty discounted now. I guess we can buy some of the free ones, right? I mean, they cost nothing anyway. Watch this gigantic poster. Look how little it is. Boop, nope, takes up the whole screen. So these should be what? 17. Oh man, it's almost like you. How can you almost not buy some of these? 17. You wouldn't want that, obviously. And this is tomatoes. So plants 34. Yeah, we don't need that though. We really don't need anything. Like I want to keep going. I think we're gonna do one more day. Yeah, these are being symmetrical here, which is fine with me. Yeah, let's. Oh, we have the Chinese. There we go. That's cool. And we have this one for down here. It's like the reason why they're being like they're symmetrical because I think a big thing in like Chinese culture is things like symmetry, mirror, like things are the same. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. If you're Chinese, you feel free to leave a comment. But I think a lot of it's about like symmetry and things being equal, which is why all these maps, they're equal on both sides. So we're at 23 minutes, but I want to do one more day for you guys. We'll take the safety hob out. We're gonna buy it. Just replace it with this one basically, and then I'll just keep something. I'll just put. It doesn't matter what's in. I'm just gonna keep something here. Yeah. Let's. All right. Let's just rock out one more day here. I can't. Oh, research. Give me. I want that because we're gonna call everybody. Give me one more ring. Thank you. Now you may say, well, why'd you take a research desk? I took a research desk because. Seriously. I took a research desk because I want to try to get a copy desk because it's not going to be that expensive to get a copy desk. And we can also bring everybody. Another reason why. That's 1, 2. All right, we have enough soup even. Hey, perfect. Perfecto. A little bit of this action. All right, what do you want? What do you guys want? Okay, single out first. Want to dump up, dumpling. The main reason why I got the copy desk is because it's only going to cost 90 coins. That's the main reason why, because we're going to be able to afford that going forward. And that's exactly what we want here. Alrighty. I love the music. I'm sure it's pretty dim for you guys. Otherwise, this is too loud for me. Having like 2 of these would be kind of nice too. Get the nut up first. Get this up. It's just a lot of running. Trainers would be really helpful here. I mean, yeah, we do have messes, but, you know, it's not that many. What do you want? Double nut loaf? Oh, yeah, give me that. That is what we want. And the funny thing is, with this run so far, I think we're serving more nut loaf than we are dumplings, which is a good thing. Nut loaves, they take a bit of time to do, but it's a lot of passive time. Chop, combine, and the oven does the work. With you know, dumplings, you got to make the dumpling, like with the flour, water. You got to chop the meat. You got to chop the carrot. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, all right, guys. So, remember early on I said tomato soup is the second hardest because of the work involved. Pumpkin soup is the hardest. And we have meat soup, which takes long as well. But I don't know here, guys. What do you think I'm going to take? I mean, it should be obvious at this point, but I'm going to leave that for next episode. I want you guys to kind of leave it in the comment below what you think I'm going to take or what you would take. Because if we get pumpkin soup and then we get pumpkin seeds, then we'll be using the seeds. You know what I mean? But if we get pumpkin seeds later on, we're going to have to dispose of the pumpkins every time we want a seed. So, I don't know. It's a bit kind of hit or miss there. Like if you're planning for the future, meat soup is cut and dry. It's make another broth. You cook the meat soup just like you cook the tomato soup. You know, and then they can choose between the two. But anyway, we're gonna get another soup. You guys can leave. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment. Let me know what soup you would choose. If you're enjoying this series or the other videos on my channel, the Chinese New Year stuff especially, hit that subscribe button. It would really help out my channel. I'd really much appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next This Dumplings for You episode. Take care now.